Hello, here are 20 geography facts for when you're awake at 3 AM. You can fit 34 million Vatican cities in Russia. Russia is the largest country in the world, covering a massive 17.1 million square kilometres. For context, Vatican City is the smallest country, measuring only about 44 hectares. So the size difference between the two is massive, with Russia being 390,000 times larger. Monaco, with a population of 40,000, has a similar GDP to Somalia, with a population of 17 million. Monaco is one of the wealthiest places on earth, thanks to tourism, real estate, banking sectors, and no tax. Despite its small population, Monaco's GDP is extremely high, similar to the entire nation of Somalia, which, despite having a much larger population of 17 million, struggles economically due to political instability and poverty. The Pacific Ocean is bigger than all land on Earth combined. It covers an area of about 63 million square miles, making it the largest ocean on Earth. It spans more than 1/3 of the planet's surface, which is larger than all land masses combined. The sun never sets in the UK and France due to their overseas territories. Territories like the Falkland Islands, and territories in the South Pacific owned by France, mean that when the sun sets in the UK or France, it's still up in many of their territories. India now has a bigger population than all of Africa. With 1.4 billion people, India is now the most populous country in the world, and its population exceeds the combined total of Africa, which has about 1.3 billion people. France and the UK have a higher GDP than Africa. Despite Africa's population of over 1.3 billion, its combined GDP is only around 2.5 trillion, while France stands at about 3 and the UK's is down at 2.9. In Czechia, or previously the Czech Republic, beer is cheaper than water. Czechia is known for its beer culture, with the average Czech consuming about 140 litres per year, the highest in the world. In some parts of the country, though, beer can actually be cheaper than bottled water. Canada has the longest coastline of any country. It stretches to over 200,000 kilometres. Canada's coastline touches 3 oceans, the Atlantic, Pacific and Arctic. It's so long that it could circle the globe at the equator almost 5 times. Russia spans 11 time zones. The Russian Federation covers such an enormous land area that it spans 11 different time zones, from its westernmost point in Kaliningrad to the easternmost point on the screen now. Because I have absolutely no idea how to say it. The Amazon rainforest produces 20% of the world's oxygen. The Amazon is often referred to as the lungs of the earth because of its crucial role in oxygen production through photosynthesis. Australia is wider than the moon. Australia spans approximately 4,000 kilometres from east to west, whilst the moon's diameter is only 3,450 odd. Depending on how you look at it, Australia is either massive or the moon is fairly small. Lake Baikal in Russia is the world's deepest lake. Located in Siberia, Lake Baikal reaches depths of 1,600 metres, making it not only the deepest lake in the world, but one of the oldest, estimated to be around 25 million years old. It holds 20% of the world's fresh surface water, more than any other lake. The Sahara Desert was once a lush green paradise. However, over the course of the last 10,000 years, shifts in the Earth's orbit and climate change have turned it into the world's largest hot desert. Tokyo has more people than all of Canada. Tokyo is the most populous city in the world, with over 41 million people living in the Greater Tokyo area. In comparison, Canada, a vast country, has a population of about 40 million people. In the United States, you can stand in 4 states at once, in the 4 corners: Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico and Utah. However, there is a small town in the southern region of Africa where you can stand in Botswana, Namibia, Zambia and Zimbabwe. It's called Kazungula. Alaska is the northernmost, westernmost and easternmost US state. While it's obvious that it's the northernmost and westernmost, it's also technically the easternmost. This is because the Aleutian Islands stretch across the 180th meridian, meaning part of Alaska also lies on the eastern hemisphere. The Dead Sea is the lowest point on Earth's surface. Sitting about 430 metres below sea level, the Dead Sea is so low that it's often referred to as Earth's lowest point. Its high salt content makes it easy to float on, and the mineral-rich mud is known for therapeutic properties. The Eiffel Tower can be 15 centimetres taller during the summer, due to the expansion of the iron in hot weather. In Greenland you can see the northern lights for about 300 days a year. Due to its location within the Arctic Circle, Greenland offers some of the best conditions for viewing the northern lights. This natural light display is caused by solar winds colliding with the Earth's magnetic field. And Nepal is the only country that doesn't have a rectangular flag. It consists of 2 stacked triangles, symbolising the Himalayas and the 2 major religions of the country, Hinduism and Buddhism.